entering God's presence before sleep tonight. As the world quiets, take a deep breath and allow God's presence to surround you fully. As the day winds down, as the lights dim and the quiet of the evening settles around you, I invite you to pause for a moment. Let this be a sacred time just for you, a moment to step out of the rush of daily life and into the gentle embrace of God's presence. Whatever challenges or triumphs filled your day, whatever worries tug at your heart, know that you are seen, known, and deeply loved by your Heavenly Father. Take a slow, mindful breath in and exhale fully. Feel the weight of the day begin to lift. With every inhale, invite God's peace to fill your mind. With every exhale, release the burdens, the anxieties, the tensions that cling to your spirit. Tonight, we create a space where your soul can rest and your heart can find calm. Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." Let those words echo in your heart tonight. Be still, not just in body, but in mind and spirit. Allow God to remind you that you are not alone. He has walked through every part of your day with you, through the joys that lifted your spirit and the struggles that tested your patience. Nothing escapes His notice. Nothing is too small or too great for His care. As you settle into this quiet moment, imagine your worries, your to-do lists, your unanswered questions gently placed into God's hands. You do not have to carry them alone. There is freedom in surrender. There is peace in acknowledging that God is in control, that His timing is perfect, and that His love never falters. Tonight, you are invited to let go, not because your problems are gone, but because your faithful God is holding them for you. Physically, allow your body to settle into a posture of rest. Maybe you lie down fully on your bed, letting your shoulders relax, your hands resting gently by your side. Maybe you sit quietly, palms open, as a symbol of your surrender. Focus on your breath, slow and intentional. Feel each inhale filling your chest with calm, each exhale releasing tension from your body. Let your heartbeat synchronize with the rhythm of peace. This is not just relaxation. It is an act of worship, a nightly surrender to God's care. Reflect on the power of this nightly surrender. Each night is a gentle invitation to release control, to acknowledge that you cannot solve everything, and to trust that God is orchestrating even the smallest details of your life. As you release your cares, imagine a soft, golden light surrounding you, a representation of God's protective presence. This light is warm, comforting, and steady, reminding you that no matter what happens while you sleep, you are safe in His hands. Consider the blessings that today brought, even if they were subtle. Perhaps it was a kind word from a friend, a small personal victory, or simply the breath in your lungs and the ability to rest. Thank God quietly for each of these moments. Gratitude is a doorway into God's peace, a gentle reminder that He is always working, even when our eyes cannot yet see. And for the struggles, the moments of disappointment, frustration, or sorrow, speak them softly to God. Confess them if needed, and then release them. You might say something like, "Lord, I lay these burdens at your feet tonight. I trust you to hold them and to give me rest." Notice the tension in your body begin to ease as you entrust these cares to Him. Tonight, entering God's presence is more than a routine. It is an act of faith. It is a conscious choice to pause, breathe, and reconnect with the one who made you, loves you, and sustains you. Each night, this practice becomes a rhythm, a sacred pause before the world fades into sleep. By giving yourself this moment, you prepare your mind and heart for the renewal that comes from rest, and you invite God's Spirit to speak gently to you, even as you close your eyes. Let the quiet questions arise in your heart. What am I holding on to that I don't need to? What can I leave in God's hands tonight? How can I trust Him more fully as I rest? These reflective questions are not meant to burden you. They are invitations to deepen your intimacy with God, to lean into His peace, and to recognize His sovereignty over your life. As you take one last deep, calming breath tonight, Visualize the day behind you, gently closing like a book, each page safely in God's hands. Feel His presence filling the space around you, protecting your mind, your body, and your spirit. You are not alone. You are seen. You are cherished. And you are about to enter a night of rest, cradled by the love of your Creator. So tonight, breathe deeply once more. Let your shoulders drop and allow your heart to be still. God is here. He is faithful. And in this sacred quiet, He invites you to rest completely. Take this moment now, knowing that the peace of God is available to you, and allow your heart to settle into the gentle rhythm of His care as we continue this journey of prayer together. If you want God to bless you, connect with God, and want to pray with us daily, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and write blessing amen in the comment section below to show your trust. He will bless us. Laying down your burdens, let go of everything that weighed on your heart today and place it tenderly in the Lord's care. As you continue to settle into this quiet moment, I invite you to focus on your heart. Bring to mind the worries, anxieties, and tensions that followed you through your day, the things that tugged at your peace, the responsibilities that seemed too heavy, and the moments where fear or doubt crept in. Whatever they are, allow yourself to name them silently or softly speak them aloud. God already knows them, but acknowledging them is an act of trust, a way of handing them over to Him consciously. 1 Peter 5-7 encourages us. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. Let this verse be a gentle reminder that you are never carrying your burdens alone. God is not distant, indifferent, or unaware. He cares deeply for you, for every aspect of your life. And He invites you to release your fears and stresses into His loving hands tonight. Begin to visualize each worry as a tangible object in your mind. Perhaps it is a heavy stone, a tangled knot, or a small bag filled with your concerns. As you picture it, imagine God reaching out with gentle hands to take it from you. Feel the weight lifting as you hand it over, one by one. With each burden released, sense a soft wave of relief washing over your heart, mind, and body. You are safe. You are supported. You are being cared for by the Creator of the universe. Notice the rhythm of your breath as you do this. Inhale slowly, inviting calm and trust. Exhale fully, releasing tension and worry. Each breath becomes a silent prayer, a rhythm of surrender. You do not have to fix everything tonight. You do not have to solve what only God can manage. Your responsibility is to trust, to hand over, and to rest. Reflect on the day and the moments that challenged you. Perhaps it was a difficult conversation, a deadline that felt overwhelming, or an unexpected disappointment. God was present in those moments, guiding, comforting, and sustaining you, even when you could not feel it. Now, in this quiet space before sleep, allow yourself to acknowledge that His faithfulness never falters. He is watching over you, tenderly caring for each concern you release. Imagine your burdens being placed in a soft, glowing light, a symbol of God's presence surrounding each worry, transforming it with His love. See them dissolving or being gently lifted away, leaving your mind clear, your heart lighter, and your spirit at peace. As you visualize this, sense a comforting warmth spreading through your chest, reminding you that surrender is not weakness. It is strength in trusting God's perfect care. As soft ambient music or gentle nature sounds play in the background, allow yourself to sink deeper into relaxation. Let the calming tones accompany the release of tension, supporting your transition from the busy thoughts of the day into the serenity of the night. Each note can act as a cue to breathe more deeply, to let go a little more, and to focus fully on God's presence. Take a moment to reflect. Which burdens do you still hold on to that you can release tonight? Perhaps it is worry about the future, regret over the past, or fear of what you cannot control. Place each one in God's hands now. Speak quietly, Lord. I trust you with this. I hand it over. Please carry it for me. Allow these words to echo in your mind, reinforcing your intention to surrender fully. Think of this process as a nightly ritual, a spiritual cleansing that prepares your heart for rest. By naming your anxieties and consciously placing them before God, you are not only finding peace for tonight, you are building a habit of trust that carries forward into every tomorrow. Each night becomes an opportunity to practice surrender, to remind yourself that God's faithfulness is unwavering, and to experience His care in a tangible, comforting way. As you continue this reflection, remember that God is also present in the small, unnoticed details of your day. Perhaps He guided a conversation, protected you in a subtle way, or gave you moments of encouragement that you almost overlooked. Gratitude for these moments, no matter how small, strengthens your sense of God's care and builds peace in your heart. Even as we release our burdens, we also open space to receive God's blessings more fully. Allow your body to respond naturally to this emotional release. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw relax, and your hands rest comfortably. Every exhale is a prayer of surrender. Every inhale, a reminder of God's sustaining presence. Feel the tension leaving your body as your heart feels lighter. This is a sacred time for rest, reflection, and renewal. As the soft music continues, imagine God wrapping you in a gentle embrace. Feel His arms of love and protection surrounding you. You are not alone. Your worries are not yours to carry alone. By entrusting them to Him tonight, you are stepping into a space of peace, where sleep can be restorative, your mind can rest, and your spirit can be renewed. Before moving on, gently affirm, I release my burdens into God's hands. I trust His care. I rest in His love. Let this affirmation echo softly in your heart. Each repetition strengthens your surrender, allowing you to enter deeper into God's peace. Tonight, laying down your burdens is not just an action. It is an invitation to experience freedom, serenity, and the gentle assurance that God is faithful. He watches over you. He hears your prayers, and He delights in giving you rest. Every concern you release is met with His compassion. Every worry returned to Him is transformed by His care. And so, as you continue to breathe, relax, and trust, remember that this is the beginning of a night filled with spiritual refreshment. By letting go, you make room for God's peace to fill every corner of your being. You are safe, you are loved, and you are ready to rest, fully trusting that God holds you in your cares tonight. Trusting God's timing, even when tomorrow feels uncertain, know tonight that God is already working miracles behind the scenes. As you settle into this quiet space of reflection and surrender, I invite you to focus on the unseen ways God moves in your life. Perhaps there are moments when you feel stuck, when answers seem delayed, or when hope feels fragile. It's in these very moments that God is quietly, lovingly orchestrating what your heart cannot yet perceive. Trusting Him does not require you to understand the timing or the methods. It only asks that you believe His hand is at work. Consider the words of Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Let this verse wash over your heart like a gentle stream. Every circumstance, every trial, every season of waiting has a purpose. Even when the day feels heavy or the night seems long, God is preparing, aligning, and blessing in ways beyond your current vision. Your faith, your quiet trust, and your willingness to surrender are essential parts of this divine timing. Reflect on a personal struggle from your day, or even a longer-term challenge in your life. Perhaps you've waited for a breakthrough in health, relationships, career, or peace of mind. Recognize that your struggles are not signs of abandonment or failure. Rather, they are opportunities for spiritual growth, moments where God shapes resilience, patience, and trust within you. Just as a seed must be buried before it can bloom, sometimes blessings are hidden until the right moment for them to emerge fully. Visualize God as a gardener, tending to the soil of your life. He waters, nourishes, and protects, even when you cannot see the sprouts beneath the surface. Each prayer, each act of faith, each moment of quiet surrender is like sunlight nurturing that hidden growth. Imagine the seeds of his blessings waiting to unfold, carefully timed to blossom at exactly the right season. You do not have to force growth or rush the process. The gardener knows the perfect moment for every flower to bloom. Pause and take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, feeling hope fill your chest. Exhale gently, releasing worry about what you cannot control. Repeat this a few times, letting each breath become a quiet rhythm of trust. Ask yourself, am I willing to let God's timing be perfect, even when it differs from my own? Let this question rest in your heart. You do not have to answer it fully tonight. Simply bring awareness to your willingness to surrender. God's faithfulness is not always visible in the immediate results. Sometimes, the miracle is in the preparation, the subtle shift, the quiet strength growing within you. Reflect on times in your life when God acted in ways you did not expect. Moments when an answer came not in your timing, but in His. These memories are reminders that His plan is greater, wiser, and more loving than we can imagine. Allow gratitude to rise within you for both the seen and unseen work He is doing. Imagine a gentle light surrounding you now, the light of God's presence, illuminating even the dark corners of uncertainty. This light reminds you that your faith matters, even when results are invisible. You are seen, you are loved, and you are part of a divine plan that is unfolding with precision and care. Hold this image in your mind. God's hands moving behind the scenes, preparing blessings, guiding steps, and orchestrating moments that will bring joy, peace, and provision in His perfect timing. Let your heart surrender fully tonight. Release the need to control outcomes, to predict the future, or to carry burdens that are not yours to bear. Instead, affirm quietly, Lord, I trust you with my tomorrow. I believe you are already working all things for my good. I rest in your perfect timing. Allow these words to echo in your mind and resonate deep within your spirit. Consider the gentle unfolding of nature as a metaphor for God's timing. Seeds do not sprout overnight. Rivers do not carve valleys instantly. The sun does not rise in haste. In perfect rhythm and order, God's timing aligns with the unfolding of your life. Even when the path seems unclear, His plan is precise, and His blessings are on the horizon, waiting to meet you exactly when you need them most. Reflect on the sense of peace that comes from trusting God fully. With each breath, each moment of surrender, your heart aligns more closely with His will. Mental surrender is not passive, it is active faith. It is believing that God sees, God knows, and God is working faithfully for your ultimate good. Imagine yourself resting in that assurance tonight, confident that the unseen miracles are already underway. Pause again and visualize God's provision surrounding every area of your life. See doors opening, healing flowing, relationships restored, and burdens lifted. Even if the results are not immediate, feel the comfort that comes from knowing your faith is meaningful and your prayers are heard. Each act of trust is like a gentle hand reaching out to God, joining in the ongoing work of grace and blessing in your life. Tonight, remind yourself, waiting is not wasted time. Faithfulness is being shaped. Patience is strengthening your spirit. Hope is being nurtured in ways you may not yet recognize. As you lie in quiet reflection, allow God's peace to fill every part of you, releasing anxiety, cultivating trust, and deepening your intimacy with Him. Imagine the words of encouragement Jesus might speak to you tonight. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Trust me, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Let this promise rest in your heart, reinforcing the truth that His timing is perfect, His provision is sure, and His love is constant. As you drift deeper into this reflective prayer, allow your mind to linger on the imagery of God preparing your blessings. Visualize each seed, each act of divine orchestration, each moment of guidance that is forming the foundation for joy and peace. Feel a quiet excitement within you, not impatience, but confident expectation. Know that your faith, your surrender, and your trust tonight are planting seeds for blessings that will soon unfold. Close this moment with a gentle affirmation. I trust God's timing. I release my need to know. I believe in His unseen work, and I rest in His love. Let these words settle into your spirit, reminding you that trust is not passive. It is active engagement with God's divine plan. Inviting God's peace into your heart. Feel the warmth of God's peace settling into your heart, washing away every fear. As you continue to lie quietly, taking gentle breaths in and out, let yourself become aware of the steady rhythm of life around you. The quiet hum of the evening, the gentle darkness of night, and the stillness within your own body create the perfect space to invite God's peace. Tonight, you are not alone. God's presence surrounds you, and His perfect peace is ready to enter your heart. Isaiah 26:3 reminds us, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." Let this verse rest gently in your mind. Repeat it softly to yourself, either aloud or in the quiet of your thoughts. Allow each word to sink deeper into your soul, as though God Himself is speaking directly to your heart. Feel His love settling in, like a comforting embrace that reassures you that all is well. Take a slow, deep breath now. Inhale God's peace. Exhale any tension or worries lingering from your day. With every exhale, imagine letting go of doubts, fears, and anxieties that have accumulated. Tonight, you have permission to release them fully. You are safe here, in the presence of the Lord. Consider the small moments of the day that may have caused stress or unease. Perhaps it was a conflict with someone, an unfinished task, or lingering concern for the future. Bring each thought to God with gentle acknowledgement. Lord, I give you this burden. I place it in your hands. I trust you to care for it. Imagine each worry dissolving like mist in the morning sun, leaving your heart lighter and calmer. Meditation can deepen this sense of peace. As you breathe slowly, focus on the imagery of God's love filling every corner of your being. Picture a soft, warm light radiating from the center of your chest, slowly expanding to every limb, every thought, every worry. This light is God's peace. It is unwavering, unshakable, and tender. With each breath, allow it to grow brighter until you feel fully encompassed by it. Use affirmations to anchor this tranquility. I am held. I am safe. I am loved by God. Speak them quietly to yourself, letting each phrase resonate deeply. These affirmations are not merely words. They are declarations of truth. You are cherished, protected, and embraced by the God who never sleeps. The God who watches over you even as you rest. As mental chatter arises, and it will, as our minds are often busy, gently return your focus to God's presence. When a worry, memory, or thought drifts in, simply acknowledge it and release it. I notice this thought, and I place it into God's care. There is no need to struggle against your mind. Peace comes not from force, but from gentle surrender. Your attention belongs to God, and He is enough to fill your heart completely. Imagine now the impact of this divine peace on your sleep. Every cell in your body responds to calm. Your heart rate slows, your muscles relax, and your mind becomes a quiet sanctuary. This is not only rest, it is spiritual renewal. God's peace is a balm for your soul, healing the fatigue, worry, and tension you carried through the day. Feel it restoring your spirit, preparing you for deep, restorative sleep. Consider connecting this time of peace to moments of gratitude. Reflect quietly on the blessings you've noticed today, no matter how small. Perhaps it was a kind word from a friend, a quiet moment of beauty, or simply the gift of being alive and able to breathe in God's presence. Gratitude and peace often walk hand in hand, as recognizing God's goodness softens the heart and strengthens trust. You may also visualize your environment as a reflection of God's peace. Picture your bedroom as a sacred sanctuary, each item imbued with quiet stillness, each shadow softened by His light. This space becomes not just a place to sleep, but a haven where your spirit can rest safely, where worries cannot intrude, and where your soul is invited to relax fully in the arms of God. Let this sense of peace expand beyond tonight. Imagine it carrying with you into tomorrow and the days ahead. Even when life brings challenges, this inner calm is always accessible. It is rooted in God's faithfulness, not in circumstances. This is the peace Jesus promised in John 14:27. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Let his words echo through your mind and settle your spirit completely. Tonight, make a silent commitment. Whenever anxiety or restlessness arise, you will return to this place of calm. Each breath will be a reminder of God's abiding presence, each affirmation a declaration of his care. With each moment of surrender, you strengthen your trust in him, deepening your capacity to rest fully in his love. Take a few more deep breaths, feeling the expansion of peace in your chest, your arms, your legs, your entire being. As you inhale, breathe in God's love. As you exhale, release all tension. Allow your body to melt into this moment, letting your mind float on the gentle assurance that God is holding every part of you safely tonight. Reflect on the phrase, I am held, I am safe, I am loved by God. Let it repeat silently in your heart as a soft lullaby, a reminder that no circumstance can separate you from his care. His peace is present here and now, and it will accompany you into your dreams. Gratitude for today's blessings. Take a moment to remember the blessings of today, and let gratitude fill your soul. As you settle deeper into this quiet evening, allow your mind to drift gently over the course of your day. Pause for a moment and invite God into this reflection. Even in the busyness, the struggles, or the ordinary moments, his hand has been present, guiding, sustaining, and loving you. Tonight, let gratitude become the lens through which you view your day, drawing your heart closer to God's presence and filling your spirit with peace. Scripture reminds us in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. This call to gratitude is not only for the big, obvious blessings, but also for the small, subtle moments where God's care has touched your life. As you breathe slowly, repeat this verse quietly to yourself. Let it settle in your mind. A gentle reminder that thanksgiving is a spiritual practice, a way of opening your heart fully to God's love. Begin by bringing to mind the tangible blessings of today. Perhaps there was a smile from a friend, a moment of laughter, a completed task, or a simple breath of fresh air. Visualize each of these moments as small lights in your heart, shining brightly with God's goodness. Allow each memory to grow warmer and more vivid with every inhale and exhale. As you do, feel the heaviness of the day lift gently, replaced by a soft sense of wonder and appreciation. Now, extend this reflection to the less obvious blessings. Consider the protection, guidance, or provision that went unnoticed until now. Perhaps you faced challenges and yet emerged stronger, wiser, or more patient. Imagine God's hand in every moment, unseen but steadfast, holding you, guiding you, and orchestrating the events of your day for your good. Even difficulties carry his lessons and blessings. Let this awareness deepen your sense of gratitude. You may want to say silently or aloud, thank you, Lord, for every moment of this day, seen and unseen. Feel these words resonate in your heart, wrapping around every thought and emotion. Gratitude is more than acknowledgement. It is an embrace of God's faithfulness and a surrender to his divine care. Notice how this act of giving thanks gently quiets the mind and softens the heart, preparing you for restful sleep. As you continue reflecting, allow yourself to focus on your body, the vessel through which you experience life. Thank God for your health, for the breath that fills your lungs, for the strength that carried you through challenges, and for the moments of rest you've been given. Visualize his light filling each part of you, healing, restoring, and reminding you of his constant presence. Shift your attention to relationships, both near and far. Consider the people who have touched your day in meaningful ways, the words spoken, the support given, or simply their presence. Even brief encounters can carry God's blessing. Imagine a gentle light connecting your heart to theirs, a spiritual thread of love, care, and divine purpose. Thank God for these connections, for the ways He uses others to bless your life, and for the ways He works through you to bless theirs. Pause now to reflect on lessons learned today, moments where growth occurred, even through discomfort or mistakes. Gratitude does not ignore hardships. It recognizes that God's wisdom and guidance are present even in struggle. Thank Him for the strength gained, the patience cultivated, and the understanding deepened. Imagine these lessons as seeds planted in your heart, growing into faith, resilience, and hope for tomorrow. Consider the blessings of provision. Perhaps food, shelter, or resources were available today. Perhaps safety, guidance, or opportunities were granted. Picture God's hand providing exactly what you needed, often in ways you did not fully see or understand. Thank Him for His steadfast care and for the promise that He continues to provide. Let this recognition create a sense of calm assurance in your spirit. As you visualize these blessings, allow your heart to expand with warmth and joy. Each breath becomes a prayer of thanksgiving, each moment of reflection a testimony to God's faithful love. Feel gratitude spreading from your heart into every part of your body, softening tension, easing worry, and filling your mind with peace. The gentle rhythm of your breath matches the gentle rhythm of God's care over your life. Even for unseen blessings, trust that God has been at work. Perhaps you were protected from harm you did not perceive, guided toward the right choices, or strengthened in moments of hidden trial. Thank Him for these quiet miracles. Recognize that God's faithfulness is constant, whether or not you can fully perceive it. This deepens your trust, calms your mind, and reminds you that you are never alone. To deepen this gratitude practice, you can create a mental list. One thing I am grateful for in my body today. One person or relationship I am grateful for today. One opportunity or lesson I am grateful for today. One way I saw God's care in action today. Pause after each item, letting it resonate fully. With each pause, your heart fills more with peace, reinforcing the spiritual and emotional preparation for rest. Finally, imagine offering all these blessings back to God, acknowledging that He is the source of every good thing. Picture your gratitude forming a gentle, glowing light that rises from your heart to Him. Feel His love and pleasure as He receives your thanks, letting His peace descend upon you even more fully. Surrendering fear and anxiety. Tonight, surrender every fear and worry, knowing God is bigger than any challenge you face. As the quiet of the night surrounds you, take a slow, deep breath. Feel the rhythm of your body settling, and allow your mind to prepare for a gentle surrender. This is your sacred space, a place where God's presence can meet you fully, where every fear, every worry, and every anxious thought can be laid down before Him. You do not need to carry these burdens alone. They belong to God. Begin by acknowledging your fears quietly, without judgment. Perhaps there are worries about tomorrow, concerns about your loved ones, or uncertainties about situations beyond your control. Whisper them in your heart, naming each one. God knows them already, and He invites you to bring them to Him. Remember the promise in 2 Timothy 1:7. For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. Let these words sink deep into your spirit. God's Spirit within you is greater than any fear you face. As you reflect on this verse, picture God's light surrounding you, a protective glow that fills every corner of your mind and heart. Each anxious thought is held gently in His light, and His presence transforms it, replacing tension with courage, worry with trust, and fear with peace. Imagine these fears being lifted from your shoulders, melting away into His care. You are safe in His hands. Take a few slow breaths, letting each inhale draw in God's strength and each exhale release tension. With every breath, affirm silently, I surrender this fear to you, Lord. I trust in your power and your love. Feel the weight of anxiety gradually dissolving. The worries that seemed so large in the daylight now feel lighter in the stillness of God's presence. It is natural for fears to resurface, But each time they appear, invite God's peace to meet them. Visualize Him as a shield, surrounding you from darkness, fear, and uncertainty. Let His love form a protective barrier around your heart, mind, and spirit. See the shadows of anxiety dissolving into light, leaving only calm, steady reassurance. Reflect on times in your life when God has carried you through challenges, even when the outcome seemed uncertain. Recall His faithfulness in small and large ways, the moments when He provided guidance, strength, or protection. Let these memories reinforce your trust, reminding you that God's care has never failed you, and it will not fail now. You might silently repeat affirmations like, "I am safe in God's hands. God's love casts out all fear. I am protected, and I trust His timing." Feel each affirmation settle like a gentle weight, grounding your spirit and creating a sense of stability. This is the heart of surrender, not passive resignation, but active trust in God's sovereignty and goodness. Now, bring your focus to the physical sensations in your body. Often, fear manifests as tension in the shoulders, tightness in the chest, or a restless mind. As you breathe, visualize God's calming presence moving through each area, softening muscles, slowing your heartbeat, and relaxing your mind. Imagine His hands gently touching your shoulders, your heart, and your mind, reassuring you, "I am with you. You are not alone. I will guard you through the night." Consider that anxiety often comes from trying to control what is beyond our reach. In this sacred moment, surrender that need for control to God. Trust that He sees the full picture, that He knows your needs, and that His timing is perfect. Picture yourself placing each worry, each anxious thought into His hands, letting Him carry it for you. Feel the relief of release as the tension leaves your body and mind. Scripture offers another gentle reminder. Psalm 34:4. "I sought the Lord, and He answered me. He delivered me from all my fears." Imagine your fears being carried away on the waves of God's love, leaving you lighter, calmer, and more at peace. Trust that His deliverance is active, working quietly even as you rest tonight. Allow your imagination to guide you to a place of security and serenity. Perhaps you see a quiet garden bathed in soft moonlight, a safe harbor surrounded by God's protective presence. Hear His words spoken softly in your heart. "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." Let this image become a sanctuary where your spirit can rest, where fear cannot penetrate, and where anxiety is met only with divine love. If anxious thoughts return, do not resist or judge them. Instead, acknowledge them, name them, and gently place them before God again. Visualize them as small leaves floating down a calm stream, carried effortlessly by His care. Each time you release a worry, feel a corresponding sense of lightness, a reminder that God is your refuge and strength. You can also use prayer as a tool for surrender. Speak from your heart. "Lord, I give you my fears, my doubts, and my worries. Please replace them with your peace, courage, and guidance. Help me rest in your perfect care." Feel these words resonating deeply, like a conversation with a loving Father who knows your needs intimately. As you continue to breathe and visualize God's protective presence, notice the shift in your emotional state. The heaviness of anxiety softens, the sharp edges of fear dull, and a quiet confidence takes root. You are reminded that God's Spirit is not one of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. You are held, guided, and cherished by Him. To close this reflection for tonight, imagine your spirit resting fully in God's care. Every fear, every anxious thought, every worry is cradled in His hands. Feel His strength reinforcing your courage, His love enveloping your heart, and His peace settling deeply within you. Let this gentle surrender carry you into the rest you need, knowing that God is already at work for your good, God's protection over your life. May God's angels surround you tonight, guarding your home, family, and heart from every harm. As you settle into the quiet of the evening, take a deep, slow breath and allow your body to soften into the stillness. This is a sacred time, a moment set apart for God's presence to surround you fully. Imagine a gentle, radiant light extending from above, wrapping around you like a warm, protective blanket. In this sacred space, know that God's protection is active, tangible, and personal, watching over your life, your home, your loved ones, and your heart. Consider the promise in Psalm 91:11. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Let this verse echo in your mind and heart. Tonight, God's angels are assigned to you, not just as distant watchers, but as active guardians, protecting you from harm, guiding you away from danger, and surrounding your loved ones with divine care. Close your eyes and visualize these angels moving silently around you, a legion of love and protection, steadfast and unwavering. Picture your home bathed in God's protective light, each room infused with his peace and safety. Imagine angels standing at every doorway, watching over every corner, shielding your family from anything that would seek to disturb your peace. Let your mind extend this vision to include your extended family, friends, and even those who are far away, knowing that God's care reaches across every distance. Each person is held, watched over, and enveloped in his perfect protection. Reflect on the truth that no evil can prevail against God's children, just as the psalmist declares in Psalm 121:7-8. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. Remember that God's protection is comprehensive. It is not partial or fleeting. It is constant, unwavering, and infinitely powerful. Trust in this reality. Your safety is never left to chance, and your life rests in his capable hands. To deepen this sense of security, use affirmations to anchor your faith and calm your spirit. Silently or aloud, repeat statements such as, I am safe under God's watchful care. His angels guard my heart, my home, and my loved ones. No harm can come near me, for God is my refuge. Allow each affirmation to sink deep into your consciousness, replacing doubt, fear, or restlessness with confidence and peace. Visualize each word as a seed of light, planting trust in your heart that grows stronger with every breath. As you breathe, consider expanding this imagery to your personal boundaries. Imagine a protective wall of shimmering light surrounding you, impenetrable to negativity, fear, or harm. Each inhalation draws in God's strength and his shield of protection. Each exhalation releases any lingering tension, worry, or doubt. You are surrounded, held, and safe. Extend this protective visualization further by imagining God's angels surrounding your loved ones. See them hovering over family members, friends, and even pets. Their presence gentle but strong, attentive to every need. Know that God's power is greater than any danger, and that his angels execute his will faithfully. Picture your children, parents, spouse, or friends resting peacefully under his watchful care, knowing that nothing can touch them apart from his allowance and purpose. Reflect on the profound reassurance that God's protection is not limited to physical safety alone. It extends to your emotional, mental, and spiritual life as well. He guards your heart from despair, your mind from anxious thoughts, and your spirit from doubt. As you surrender to him tonight, feel his shielding presence fortifying every part of your being, ensuring that you can rest fully and deeply in his care. Consider incorporating simple imagery and gentle movements to enhance this experience. Perhaps place your hands over your heart and visualize the angel's wings encircling you. Feel the warmth, light, and comfort of this divine embrace spreading through every part of your body. Let this tactile imagery reinforce the certainty of God's protection and the peace it brings. In times of uncertainty or when you feel vulnerable, return to Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Allow this verse to anchor your mind, reminding you that even in moments of fear or doubt, God's presence remains unwavering. His angels are the tangible extension of his protection, sent to guard you, guide you, and keep you in safety. Another way to deepen your experience of divine protection is to focus on your breathing as a spiritual practice. Inhale slowly, imagining God's protective light entering every cell of your body. Exhale fully, releasing worry, tension, or fear. Repeat this cycle for several moments, each breath reinforcing your surrender and trust in His safeguarding presence. As your mind settles further, you may choose to offer a short prayer for protection. Speak directly to God. Lord, I thank you for your angels surrounding me tonight. Guard my heart, my home, and my loved ones. Protect us from harm, and let your peace reign over our lives. Amen. Feel these words resonate in your heart, affirming your trust and inviting God's active presence to envelop you. Consider the night as a sacred window of spiritual renewal, a time when God's protection is most attentive and deliberate. By focusing your mind and heart on Him, you not only invite physical safety but also create space for spiritual rest and emotional restoration. Let the awareness of divine guardianship fill you with confidence and serenity. Visualize the angels maintaining a gentle vigil, yet without intrusion or disruption. Their presence is peaceful, quiet, and deeply reassuring. Feel the calm assurance of God's sovereignty as you recognize that nothing can override His plan or diminish His care. Every worry you might hold is met with divine vigilance and unending love. Finally, allow this imagery and awareness to carry you towards sleep. Trust that as you close your eyes, God's protection remains. His angels will continue to guard your life and your loved ones, even as you rest. Repeat your affirmations once more, letting them resonate deeply. I am safe. I am protected. God's angels are with me. Let this truth cradle your spirit and guide you into restorative, peaceful sleep. Renewal of body, mind, and spirit. Tonight, allow God to restore your body, refresh your mind, and strengthen your spirit. As the evening deepens and the world outside grows quiet, invite yourself into a space of complete surrender. Take a slow, intentional breath in, and as you exhale, feel the cares, worries, and fatigue of the day begin to lift. This is a sacred moment where your body, mind, and spirit can be renewed by God's presence. Imagine His loving hands reaching into every part of your being, gently restoring, refreshing, and revitalizing you for the new day ahead. Psalm 23:2-3 reminds us, He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Let these words wash over you. Your soul, weary from the demands of daily life, can be made whole again tonight. God's restoration is not limited to your physical rest. It also touches your thoughts, your emotions, and your inner spirit. Allow yourself to be led by Him into a place of peace and renewal, trusting that His care is complete and perfect. Begin by turning your awareness inward, noticing areas of tension or fatigue. Perhaps your shoulders feel heavy, your mind cluttered, or your heart burdened. As you breathe, imagine each breath carrying in God's restorative light, and each exhale releasing any residual stress or tension. Feel the warmth of His presence filling you completely, as if His light is circulating through every muscle, joint, and nerve, bringing life, energy, and calm. Visualize your mind being refreshed, like a clear morning sky after a storm. Thoughts of the day, whether challenging, confusing, or heavy, begin to drift away, replaced by clarity, understanding, and peace. God's presence restores mental balance, helping you release regrets, worry, or self-doubt, and replacing them with confidence in His loving guidance. Each thought you release becomes a space for faith, hope, and trust to grow. Your spirit, the deepest part of your being, also longs for renewal. Picture it as a flame that may have flickered under the pressures of the day, now being gently fanned into steady, glowing strength by God Himself. He nurtures your faith, fills your heart with His love, and strengthens your resolve to follow His guidance tomorrow. Let your spirit rise, even in the stillness of the night, connected to God's eternal source of power and peace. As you imagine this renewal, begin a gentle scan of your body from head to toe. Feel your forehead soften, your jaw unclench, your shoulders release. Let this physical relaxation symbolize the spiritual letting go of all that does not serve you. Imagine every cell of your body breathing in divine energy and exhaling fatigue and stress. Feel your hands, arms, legs, and feet becoming lighter, as if God's restorative light is flowing through each one. This visualization extends naturally into emotional restoration. Recall moments today where your heart may have felt heavy, frustrated, or anxious. See God's loving hand reaching into each emotional wound, soothing pain, releasing hurt, and filling you with His comforting presence. Affirm to yourself, I am healed, I am restored, I am renewed in God's love. Speak these words gently, letting them resonate deep in your soul. Reflect on the connection between restorative sleep and spiritual renewal. As your body rests tonight, God is at work replenishing not just physical energy but also spiritual vitality. Every deep breath, every slow heartbeat is an act of divine restoration. Trust that as you surrender to sleep, your mind becomes clear, your emotions calm, and your spirit strengthened. Allow yourself to be fully immersed in God's healing power. To enhance this experience, you may wish to incorporate a simple visualization exercise. Imagine a soft, golden light entering the crown of your head and slowly moving downward, touching your mind, your heart, your chest, your abdomen, your legs, and finally your feet. With each passing moment, this light rejuvenates every fiber of your being, leaving you completely refreshed and at peace. This light is God's presence, His healing, and His love, moving gently and powerfully through you. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, reflect on how God's restoration tonight prepares you for tomorrow. Whatever challenges or joys await, you will face them with renewed energy, clarity, and spiritual strength. Affirm to yourself, I am ready for tomorrow. I am strengthened by God. I am restored. Each affirmation reinforces your trust in His work and your openness to His guidance. Consider inviting God into every part of your being through a short spoken prayer. Lord, restore me tonight. Refresh my mind, my body, and my spirit. Fill me with your light, your peace, and your strength. Prepare me for the day ahead. Amen. Feel these words not just as repetition, but as a heartfelt conversation with God, deepening your connection and opening your soul to His transformative care. As your body and mind grow calmer, allow your spirit to rest in the assurance of God's continual presence. Even while you sleep, His restorative work continues. Imagine yourself lying in a peaceful garden with soft light streaming down, angels watching gently, and a serene river flowing nearby. This imagery reinforces a deep sense of calm and spiritual renewal. Notice how your body naturally relaxes further with each breath, how your mind feels lighter, and how your heart feels secure. Trust that God's work is gentle, comprehensive, and perfectly timed. You do not need to force anything. Simply allow His presence to fill you completely. Affirming faith and trust, rest in the certainty that God is faithful and His promises are unshakable. As you continue to settle into this quiet, sacred space, let your heart focus entirely on the steadfast nature of God. Tonight, allow yourself to be reminded that no matter the storms of life, no matter the uncertainties of tomorrow, God's faithfulness never wavers. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel the tension of doubt or worry releasing from your mind and body. This moment is yours to anchor in trust, to affirm with every fiber of your being that God's promises are enduring and true. Psalm 125:1 says, "Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken but endures forever." Visualize this: your life, your soul, your heart, standing strong like that unmovable mountain. No trial, no fear, no uncertainty can topple you when God is your foundation. Feel the immovable strength of Mount Zion within you, grounded in His love, unwavering in His protection, and secure in His promise. Begin by acknowledging the moments in your day when doubts or fears arose. Perhaps there were decisions that felt overwhelming, challenges that seemed impossible, or emotions that felt heavy. As you name them softly in your mind, imagine placing them into God's hands. Feel Him holding each one gently, transforming each worry into a source of strength and growth. Your trust is not blind. It is grounded in the knowledge that God is always present, guiding you, protecting you, and providing for you. Faith is not only about belief, it is also about surrender. Let yourself surrender the need to control outcomes or predict the future. Imagine your mind as a calm lake, free of ripples caused by anxiety, reflecting only the serene light of God's presence. Every declarative affirmation you speak in your heart reinforces this trust. I trust you, Lord. I am safe in your hands. I am guided by your wisdom. I am secure in your love. Repeat these statements silently, feeling their truth sink deeply into your spirit. Reflect on the connection between trust and peace. When you choose to anchor yourself in faith, you invite a serenity that surpasses understanding. Every anxious thought loses its grip, replaced by the comforting awareness that God is working in your life, even when His work is unseen. Let each breath you take draw in divine calm and release all lingering fear, knowing that His timing is perfect and His purposes are for your ultimate good. Consider your heart as a vessel of trust. With every gentle inhale, fill it with God's steadfast love. With every exhale, release hesitation, worry, or skepticism. Let your soul resonate with the rhythm of His faithfulness. Even if yesterday brought challenges or tomorrow seems uncertain, remember that God's promises have never failed. His faithfulness is not dependent on circumstance. It is eternal and unwavering. As you continue to affirm your trust tonight, visualize your life unfolding like a tapestry in God's hands. Every thread, every moment, every experience is being woven together with perfect precision and love. Even the threads you cannot yet see or understand are part of a masterpiece only He can create. Place your heart fully into His hands, trusting that He is already at work on your behalf. Emotional turbulence often disrupts our peace, but faith serves as an anchor. When your thoughts swirl or your heart feels unsettled, gently return to your affirmations. I trust you, Lord. I am protected by your love. I am strengthened by your promises. Allow these words to become a mantra, each repetition deepening your sense of spiritual security. Feel the tension melting away as your faith strengthens and your spirit rests in the assurance of God's unwavering presence. Faith is also active, not passive. It is more than belief. It is a choice you make every night to let go of fear and embrace God's promises. Tonight, you are choosing to stand firm in His truth. Imagine yourself standing tall like Mount Zion, your roots reaching deep into His steadfast love, unshaken by any circumstance. Your heart feels steady, your mind clear, and your spirit uplifted. God's faithfulness has become your foundation, and nothing can shake it. Take a few moments to reflect on specific areas of your life where trust feels challenging. Perhaps relationships, work, health, or future plans stir worry. Visualize God's light shining on each situation, illuminating His plan and reinforcing your confidence that His ways are higher than yours. As you visualize this, breathe in the assurance of His presence and exhale all doubt. Let your soul say silently, Lord, I trust your plan. I am safe in your timing. I rest in your faithfulness. Spiritual confidence grows through repetition, reflection, and surrender. Use tonight to strengthen this inner certainty. Each affirmation, each breath, each moment of conscious trust draws you closer to the peace that comes only from God. Feel your heart becoming lighter, your mind more serene, and your soul more grounded in His enduring promises. As you prepare to continue this night prayer journey, carry with you this image of unshakable trust. Imagine your spirit like a mountain bathed in the light of God's presence, strong, steadfast, and eternal. Let this visualization reinforce your faith as you move into deeper rest, deeper prayer, and deeper connection with the Lord. Praying for loved ones, bring the people you love into this prayer, asking God to protect and bless them tonight. As you settle further into this sacred moment, I invite you to open your heart and think of those you hold dear. Picture their faces, hear their voices, and feel their presence in your heart. Tonight, we will lift them up in prayer, inviting God's protection, guidance, and blessings over each of their lives. There is incredible power in interceding for others, and your prayer tonight is a tangible expression of love, faith, and trust in God. James 5:16 reminds us, "The prayer of a righteous person has great power as it is working." Let this truth sink into your heart. Every prayer you offer, every whispered word for someone else, carries weight in heaven. God hears your intentions, your love, and your faith, and He moves in ways that may be unseen but are always perfect. Tonight, as you pray for others, know that you are participating in a divine work, connecting your spirit with God's heart and bringing blessings into the lives of those you care about. Begin by visualizing the people you want to pray for. You may start with your family, parents, children, siblings, and extended relatives. Picture them safe, healthy, and filled with God's peace. Whisper silently, "Lord, surround them with your love. Protect their hearts, minds, and bodies tonight. Guide their paths according to your perfect will." Allow yourself to pause after each name or person you think of, giving space for God's presence to rest over them. Next, bring friends into your heart's circle. Consider those who have been a source of joy, support, or companionship, as well as those facing challenges you may not fully understand. Pray for them with compassion and clarity. Lord, bless my friends with courage, healing, and your guiding light. Comfort them in times of struggle and fill their hearts with hope and peace. Visualize God's hands of protection and blessings covering each one, radiating warmth, security, and divine care. Intercession is not limited to people you know personally. Expand your prayer to include those in need, those who feel forgotten, lonely, or burdened tonight. Imagine God's love reaching across distance, across hardship, and across every difficulty. Whisper, "Lord, touch the lives of those who are suffering. Bring them comfort, hope, and the assurance that you are near. May your love be their light in darkness." Feel the connection of your heart to the broader family of humanity, knowing that even your quiet prayers are powerful instruments of grace. Now, gently reflect on the link between loving others and finding peace within yourself. When you lift others to God, your heart softens, your mind releases worry, and your spirit aligns with His compassion. The act of praying for someone else shifts focus from your own anxieties to God's power and presence. As you offer intercession, sense the peace flowing back into you, like a gentle river, filling every part of your being with calm, trust, and spiritual warmth. Let's integrate affirmations into this practice. As you pray for each person, say silently, "I trust you, Lord, to bless them according to your will. I release them into your hands. I am a vessel of your love and peace." Repeating these phrases strengthens your heart's connection to God, reinforces your faith, and deepens the spiritual intimacy of this prayer session. Allow your breath to synchronize with your prayer. Inhale deeply, imagining God's love entering you. Exhale fully, releasing hope and blessings for those you are lifting up. Incorporate gentle visualization to enrich your prayer. Picture a warm, glowing light descending from heaven, enveloping each person in your heart. See that light protecting them, comforting them, and guiding them. Imagine it filling their homes, their workspaces, and their hearts with peace and divine love. Feel the warmth of God's presence as it touches their lives and your own. This imagery not only strengthens your prayer, but also fosters a deeper sense of connection and trust. Remember, intercession is an ongoing practice. You can return to these prayers every night, allowing God's blessings to continue flowing into the lives of your loved ones. Tonight, as you pray, consider asking God to watch over those you cannot reach personally, those facing illness, hardship, or loneliness. Trust that even your silent prayers have impact, because God's love and power surpass what we can see. Now, I invite you to engage more actively. If there are specific prayer requests on your heart tonight, consider sharing them. Leave them in the comments or with someone you trust, and allow the community of faith to join in your prayers. Sharing your requests multiplies the prayers, amplifies the love, and creates a network of support that God honors. Likewise, you may feel called to share this prayer with loved ones who may need comfort tonight. By extending this invitation, you become a conduit of God's peace, hope, and blessing. Finally, as you conclude this part, take a moment to feel the ripple effect of your prayers. Every person you prayed for is held in God's care. Every intention, every whispered word, every mental image of blessings contributes to God's work in their lives. Your act of intercession tonight is a demonstration of faith in God's power and love. Close this session with these affirmations. Lord, I lift these people to you. May your peace, protection, and provision surround them tonight. Thank you for hearing our prayers. I trust your faithfulness to bless them in ways beyond my understanding. Feel your own heart calm, knowing you have played a part in God's plan of love and protection for others. If you want God to bless you, connect with God, and want to pray with us daily, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and write "Blessing Amen" in the comment section below to show your trust. He will bless us. Transforming pain into strength. Whatever pain or struggle you carry, give it to God and let Him turn it into strength and victory. As you rest here tonight, take a deep breath and bring to mind the struggles, heartaches, or disappointments you may have faced today, or even in the days past. Perhaps it is a lingering hurt, a moment of doubt, a failure that weighs on your spirit, or a loss that still aches. Wherever that pain resides within you, I invite you now to bring it into God's presence. In this quiet, sacred space, nothing is too small or too great for Him to see, to hold, and to redeem. Romans 8:28 tells us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him." Reflect on these words slowly. Consider that every trial, every moment of suffering, and every heartache is not meaningless. God is actively weaving these experiences into a tapestry of your life that has purpose, beauty, and redemption. Even when the pain feels raw or the struggle seems endless, His work is already underway, shaping strength and character from every difficulty. Begin by naming the sources of your pain silently. Speak them in your mind or whisper them gently. Lord, I bring my fears, my hurts, my disappointments to you. Visualize placing each one into a basket, offering it fully to God's hands. Feel the weight lift slightly as you surrender it, trusting that God sees each wound, each scar, and each emotional burden. He is not distant. He is intimately aware of every corner of your heart. Now, imagine God's light shining down into these places of pain. See His power gently surrounding each struggle, infusing it with hope, clarity, and transformation. Picture that light softening your anguish, turning it into wisdom. Every tear you have shed, every anxious thought, every regret, God can redeem. Your pain does not define you. He does. And in His presence, that pain can become the foundation for courage, resilience, and strength that you may not yet recognize in yourself. Consider the story of Joseph in the Bible. Betrayed, abandoned, and imprisoned, Joseph faced trials that seemed insurmountable. Yet, God used each painful moment to prepare him for a greater purpose, to save many lives during a time of famine. Reflect on this as you breathe deeply. Your struggles, like Joseph's, can be transformed into stepping stones for God's plan, even if you cannot yet see the outcome. As you visualize your own struggles being transformed, repeat softly, Lord, I surrender this pain to you. Take it, redeem it, and make it a source of strength and wisdom in my life. Allow yourself to feel God's gentle hands turning your wounds into resilience, your disappointments into lessons, and your fears into trust. With each breath, Imagine your heart growing lighter, your mind clearer, and your spirit stronger. Pain often carries hidden lessons. Ask God tonight to reveal what He would have you learn from your experiences. Perhaps it is patience, compassion, humility, or the deepening of your faith. Reflect quietly. Lord, help me see your purpose in this trial. Let it teach me, shape me, and draw me closer to you. Even when understanding feels impossible, trust that God's perspective is perfect. The transformation of pain into strength is not instant. It is a process guided by His timing, but every step is purposeful and filled with love. It can also help to remember the people God has already helped you overcome. Recall past struggles that once seemed overwhelming but were met with His guidance and provision. Reflect on how those moments strengthened you, expanded your faith, or deepened your understanding of God's love. This practice reminds your heart that He is faithful, that He has been with you through every hardship, and that He is with you still. In this time of reflection, let go of any lingering guilt, resentment, or self-blame. These emotions only anchor you to the pain rather than allowing it to transform. Whisper softly, "Lord, forgive me, heal me, and renew my heart. Transform my pain into your power, and my weakness into your strength." Feel the release of tension from your shoulders, your chest, and your mind. Imagine these burdens dissolving in the light of God's love, replaced by courage, peace, and hope. You may wish to place your hands gently over your heart as a symbol of surrender. Feel the warmth and connection, acknowledging that God is holding you now, holding your pain, and turning it into something beautiful. Visualize that strength radiating outward from your heart to your mind, your body, and your spirit. This is a gentle, yet powerful transformation, a nightly renewal of courage that will accompany you into sleep. Now, envision the future in God's hands. See yourself facing tomorrow, not weighed down by yesterday's pain, but strengthened by the lessons and grace God has provided. Imagine walking into each new day with confidence, trust, and resilience, fully supported by His presence. This is the fruit of surrender, pain transformed into wisdom, wounds healed into courage, and burdens lifted into hope. End this reflection with a short prayer. Lord, thank you for seeing every struggle, for redeeming every hurt, and for turning my pain into strength. I trust you to continue this work in my life. Help me walk in your power and love, and sleep tonight in peace, knowing you are my refuge and my guide. Feel the peace of these words settling into your heart, calming your mind, and soothing your spirit as you prepare for rest. Letting God guide your dreams. As you sleep, invite God to guide your dreams and bring messages of hope and clarity. Tonight, as your body relaxes and your mind begins to quiet, I invite you to open your heart to the gentle guidance of God. Even in the moments when your consciousness drifts into sleep, just as He watches over you during the day, so too does He accompany you into the night, guiding the landscapes of your dreams with His wisdom, light, and love. Sleep is not merely a rest for the body. It is a sacred time for your spirit to receive insight, healing, and divine reassurance. Joel 2:28 reminds us, "Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions." This scripture assures us that God continues to communicate with His children, offering guidance and understanding even in ways that are subtle and unseen. Your dreams are a channel through which God can speak, comfort, and illuminate your path, if only you are willing to surrender them to His care. Begin by taking a deep, gentle breath. Inhale slowly, letting the air fill your lungs and expand your chest. Then exhale fully, releasing tension and worries. With each breath, imagine God's light surrounding you like a protective halo, soft and warm, creating a sacred space for His presence to dwell. Visualize that light extending beyond your room, covering your home, your loved ones, and every corner of your world. This is the light that will guide your dreams tonight, a light of clarity, hope, and divine assurance. Now, quietly invite God into the realm of your subconscious mind. Whisper silently, Lord, I surrender my dreams to you. Guide my thoughts, my images, and my visions. Let your wisdom speak to me even while I sleep. Imagine your fears, your uncertainties, or your anxieties slowly dissolving in the warmth of His presence. Each worry released creates more room for God's guidance, peace, and insight to enter your heart. Consider your dreams as a sacred conversation with God. Just as you might ask for His counsel during the day, you can now ask for His guidance while you rest. Perhaps there are decisions weighing on your heart, questions about your path, or concerns about your relationships, work, or personal growth. Bring these into prayer now, and trust that God will speak through your dreams, not always with literal answers, but with clarity, inspiration, and reassurance that touches your spirit deeply. Imagine your dreamscape tonight, bathed in God's light. Picture Him walking alongside you, a gentle presence offering guidance and comfort. If a scene of worry or fear appears, see it transforming under His light, turning confusion into clarity, darkness into peace. Allow this imagery to fill your mind as your body relaxes further, letting your heart and soul receive the quiet reassurance of His care. Surrendering your dreams to God also means releasing the subconscious fears that might arise during the night. Perhaps you fear failure, rejection, or loss. Perhaps your mind replays moments of pain or uncertainty. Gently offer these fears to God. Lord, I place my worries, my doubts, and my hidden fears into your hands. Guard my mind tonight and let your truth guide me. As you do, feel the tension in your body soften, the shoulders relax, the jaw unclench, the chest feels lighter. This is a physical, emotional, and spiritual surrender that prepares you for deep rest and meaningful dreams. As your thoughts settle, imagine God placing messages of hope into the tapestry of your dreams. These messages might come as feelings of comfort, sudden clarity, vivid visions, or gentle nudges of inspiration. They are not always literal, but carry His presence, His guidance, and His assurance that He is at work in your life. Trust that each dream, each vision, and each emotion during sleep has the potential to bring wisdom, encouragement, and divine insight. Reflect quietly on areas of your life where you seek clarity or direction. Perhaps there are decisions you are hesitant to make, or situations that feel uncertain. Whisper a prayer. Lord, speak to me through my dreams. Illuminate the path you desire me to follow. Help me wake with understanding and peace. Even if you do not remember the dreams themselves, the act of surrender allows God to speak to your heart and mind, shaping your spirit with His guidance. Tonight, let your heart dwell in gratitude for God's presence in both waking and sleeping hours. Remember that He is always attentive, even in the silence of the night. Just as you have entrusted Him with your daily worries and burdens, now entrust Him with your dreams, allowing His wisdom and protection to flow freely. Imagine God's angels hovering near, keeping watch over your spirit and guiding your subconscious toward messages of hope, healing, and spiritual clarity. You may want to repeat softly in your mind, Lord, guide my dreams, bring clarity, hope, and your peace to my heart tonight. Let this affirmation echo with your gentle breaths. With each repetition, feel the layers of anxiety, restlessness, or overthinking melt away. Your mind becomes a quiet sanctuary, a receptive space for God's light and guidance to flow freely. As you feel the pull of sleep, trust that this divine guidance will continue through the night. Your dreams are now entrusted to God's care. Your subconscious fears are surrendered, and your heart is open to His wisdom. Feel the peace that comes from knowing that even while you rest, God is actively working in your spirit, preparing you for tomorrow, illuminating your path, and offering insight that strengthens your faith and confidence. End this part with a gentle prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for your presence and guidance in my life. Tonight, I place my dreams into your hands. Illuminate my mind, bring hope to my heart, and fill my spirit with your peace. Protect me as I sleep and guide me toward your truth and love. Let these words linger in your heart as your body drifts toward deep, restful sleep. Victory over darkness. God's light shines in every darkness, and no shadow can withstand his presence. Tonight, as you settle into rest, I want you to remember one undeniable truth. The darkness, whether around you or within you, does not have the final word. Every shadow, every fear, every hidden worry is subject to the infinite light and power of God. Even in moments when uncertainty or anxiety feels overwhelming, his presence remains unwavering, illuminating every corner of your life with hope, safety, and divine protection. John 1-5 assures us, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." This is not merely a poetic statement. It is a promise that every spiritual struggle, every worry, and every shadow you encounter is already conquered by Christ. You are not walking alone. The victory over darkness has already been secured through his sacrifice and his enduring love. Take a deep breath and let your body relax. As you inhale, imagine God's light entering every fiber of your being, shining into the dark places of your mind and heart. As you exhale, release the tension, the fear, and the shadows that may have crept in today. Visualize them dissolving under his radiant presence, leaving only peace and calm in their place. Consider for a moment the ways darkness can appear: fears about the future, regrets from the past, anxieties about relationships, financial worries, or unseen spiritual battles. God's light meets each of these with power and authority. No situation, no inner struggle, no hidden worry is too great for him to transform. Affirm in your heart, "Lord, your light is greater than my fear. Your presence is stronger than any shadow I face." Tonight, I invite you to declare your victory over darkness. Say silently, or aloud if you prefer, "I am a child of God. I walk in his light. Darkness cannot harm me. Fear has no hold over my heart." Repetition of these affirmations strengthens your spiritual resilience. Let each statement sink deep into your soul, reinforcing the truth that God's protection surrounds you at all times. Imagine a sphere of divine light encircling you, your home, your loved ones, and even your thoughts. This light is alive. It moves, it breathes, it guards, and it comforts. Nothing can penetrate it without God's permission. Feel the reassurance that, in this moment, every unseen battle is already won through Christ, every potential harm deflected by his power, and every lingering fear replaced with faith. Reflect quietly on areas of your life where darkness has seemed present. Moments of doubt, times of anxiety, or memories that weigh heavily on your heart. Bring them to God now in prayer. "Lord, I give you these dark places. Shine your light, bring your truth, and show me your victory over every fear and challenge." As you speak these words, visualize the darkness being consumed by radiant light, leaving your spirit calm, strong, and steadfast. Victory over darkness also means freedom from the fear of the unknown. Life is full of uncertainties, but God's light does not falter. Trust that even when tomorrow is unclear, the shadows of doubt cannot overcome the eternal truth of his presence. Hold on to the promise that his light is constant, unwavering, and infinitely more powerful than anything that may cause you worry. Use this time to strengthen your spiritual armor. Visualize your heart as a fortress, bathed in God's protective light. Each wall, each barrier, each watchtower is fortified by his word and his spirit. Your faith is the key that keeps this fortress secure. Your trust, the shield that deflects fear. Affirm, "I am strong in the Lord. I am protected by his power. Darkness has no dominion over me." Let these words echo in your heart as your body grows heavier, your mind calmer, and your spirit more secure. As you breathe deeply, invite God to shine his light not only on your personal fears but also on the broader challenges you face in life. Perhaps there are conflicts at work, tensions in relationships, or uncertainties about your path. Surrender these to him tonight, knowing that the outcome is already secure in his hands. Let go of any sense of urgency, fear, or pressure, and rest in the certainty that God's light transforms all shadows into opportunities for His glory and your growth. Think of darkness tonight as a temporary shadow passing before the dawn of God's eternal light. No shadow is permanent. All darkness is fleeting in the presence of His radiance. Hold this image in your mind as you prepare for sleep. God's light not only illuminates but also protects, guides, and reassures. It fills the corners of your mind, your heart, and your home, leaving no room for fear or despair. End this part with a gentle prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for your light that conquers every darkness. I surrender my fears, my worries, and every shadow in my life into your hands. Protect me, guide me, and fill my spirit with your peace. Let your victory over darkness be my victory, tonight and always. As you let these words settle into your soul, feel the freedom and peace that comes from knowing that darkness has already been defeated. Carry this assurance with you into sleep, knowing that God's light surrounds you, guards you, and fills you with hope. Embracing God's love, feel the unconditional love of God surrounding you, wrapping you in peace and comfort. Tonight, as you prepare your heart and mind for rest, I invite you to linger in a quiet moment and consider the depth of God's love, a love so vast, so steadfast, that nothing in the heavens or on earth can separate you from it. Romans 8:38-39 reminds us, "For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation, will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord." Let these words sink into your soul as a gentle reassurance that God's care is constant, unshakable, and fully personal. Take a deep breath now. As you inhale, imagine drawing God's love into every part of your being. Let it fill your chest, your shoulders, your mind, and even the deepest corners of your heart. As you exhale, release every thought that says you are unworthy, forgotten, or alone. Tonight, there is only this: God's love, embracing you fully, with warmth, gentleness, and unwavering faithfulness. Reflect for a moment on the ways God has demonstrated His love in your life. Perhaps it was through small, seemingly ordinary moments, a kind word from a friend, the laughter of a loved one, a quiet sense of peace during a storm. Perhaps it was through more significant, life-changing events, a healed relationship, provision during difficulty, or answered prayers in moments of deep need. Let your heart recall these instances with gratitude, acknowledging that each one is a reflection of His unchanging love. Now, allow yourself to release any resistance to feeling that love tonight. Sometimes we carry the weight of self-doubt, guilt, or fear that makes it hard to accept that we are fully loved. But God's love is not contingent upon your performance, your perfection, or your accomplishments. It is freely given, eternally present, and unwavering. Whisper to yourself, "Lord, I receive your love fully. I open my heart to your care and protection." Visualize His love as a warm, radiant light that begins to envelop you completely. See it surrounding your head, your shoulders, your hands, your chest, flowing through your entire being like a comforting embrace. Feel the tension in your body melting away as this love fills every space. Each heartbeat becomes a reminder that you are safe, cherished, and held firmly in God's hands. As you rest in this divine embrace, consider the ways that God's love transforms our hearts. It heals wounds we may not even fully recognize. It replaces fear with courage, anxiety with peace, and loneliness with a profound sense of belonging. Allow this love to touch not only the parts of you that are visible, but also the hidden, tender places that may feel fragile or broken. Let it seep into the corners of your mind where doubt often lingers, replacing uncertainty with the steady knowledge that you are never forsaken. Tonight, I invite you to surrender emotionally to God's care. Bring before Him any feelings of inadequacy, sorrow, or pain. Place them gently in His hands and feel His love covering them, transforming them with grace and comfort. Let your prayers be simple yet heartfelt. Lord, I place my heart before you. Heal me with your love. Let your peace flow through me and fill every empty space. Consider also the relational aspect of God's love. As His love envelops you, allow it to flow outward in your mind to others, family, friends, even those who may have caused you pain. Recognize that His love can heal and soften hearts beyond your own, and by receiving it yourself, you are equipped to reflect it to the world. This practice strengthens your connection to both God and the people around you, nurturing compassion and empathy that extend even into your dreams tonight. As your mind focuses on God's love, let affirmations rise naturally from your spirit. I am loved. I am accepted. I am held by God. I am safe in His care. Repeat these slowly, allowing each phrase to resonate deeply within you. Feel the reassurance in the words, the warmth of their truth, and the comfort they provide as you prepare to rest. Imagine God's love acting as a protective shield over you tonight. Every fear, every troubling thought, every uncertainty is softened, transformed, and kept at a distance by the radiant presence of His care. Let this image accompany your breath. Each inhale draws love in. Each exhale releases all tension and fear. Allow yourself to rest fully in the knowledge that nothing can separate you from this love, not the events of today, not the worries of tomorrow, and not the uncertainties of life. As you continue to breathe deeply, envision God's love flowing into your heart like a river, cleansing and renewing. Let it carry away the burdens you have held, leaving behind peace, clarity, and spiritual warmth. Trust that each night, this love surrounds you, restores you, and prepares you to face the new day with confidence, courage, and hope. Tonight, embrace the gentle truth that God's love is constant, personal, and unending. It is here to comfort you, to guide you, and to remind you that you are never alone. Even as you drift towards sleep, allow this love to be the last thought in your mind and the first sensation in your heart. Let it cradle you in safety, reassure you in uncertainty, and wrap you in peace as you rest. End this moment with a prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for your unchanging love. I open my heart to you completely, letting your care wash over me. Fill me with your peace, strengthen my spirit, and help me rest securely in your embrace tonight and always. As you settle fully into rest, feel God's love as a protective, warm, and reassuring presence that will accompany you through sleep. Let this awareness anchor your heart and mind, granting the deep, restorative peace that comes from being fully known, fully loved, and eternally secure in God's care. Releasing control, give God the reins of your life tonight, knowing He is orchestrating every detail for your good. Tonight, as you settle into the quiet of your room, take a deep, intentional breath and feel the weight of the day gently lifting from your shoulders. Imagine placing everything, every thought, every decision, every worry into God's hands. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Let these words echo in your mind as a gentle, comforting promise that God is fully aware of every detail of your life and that His wisdom surpasses our understanding. As you breathe in, visualize drawing God's presence closer to you. As you breathe out, release every need to control outcomes, every lingering tension in your mind, and every anxious thought about the future. Feel how freeing it is to let go, to entrust your life fully to the one who knows you intimately and loves you perfectly. The act of surrender is not weakness. It is courage, faith, and acknowledgement that God's plans are always for your ultimate good. Consider the areas of your life where you have been trying to maintain control. Perhaps it is your work, your relationships, your health, or even your own emotions. Tonight, simply acknowledge these areas. Speak them softly in your mind or whisper them in prayer. Then, imagine handing them over to God, one by one, as if placing each in a container of light and trust. See Him taking these burdens with gentle hands, holding them securely and working them into His perfect plan for you. As you continue to breathe deeply, let your body mirror this surrender. Release the tension in your shoulders, unclench your jaw, soften your hands, and let your spine relax into the support beneath you. The physical act of letting go reinforces the spiritual truth that you are not alone, and that your efforts, while meaningful, are supported by a God whose love and wisdom exceed your own understanding. Reflect on the mental freedom that comes from releasing control. When we insist on managing every detail ourselves, we often experience anxiety, restlessness, and fear of the unknown. But when we consciously give these concerns to God, we create space for peace, clarity, and spiritual rest. Imagine your mind like a calm lake, its surface smooth and undisturbed because the storms of worry have been taken into God's hands. Allow this image to guide your thoughts as you prepare to sleep. Surrendering control also strengthens trust. Every time you let go and lean into God's care, you reinforce the belief that His timing is perfect and His ways are always just. Even when circumstances feel uncertain or challenging, remind yourself that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events for your good, molding your character, and bringing blessings that you may not yet see. As Romans 8:28 promises, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." To deepen this practice, engage your imagination in a gentle visualization. Picture yourself holding your worries in your hands like pebbles. One by one, see yourself placing each pebble in God's open palms. Feel the relief as the burden lifts from your fingers, your arms, and your chest. Notice how your heart feels lighter, freer, and more at peace as you witness God's loving acceptance of your concerns. This act is a tangible representation of your spiritual surrender, reinforcing trust in His divine guidance. As you lie there, speak affirmations quietly in your heart or aloud. Lord, I release my need to control. I trust You completely. I surrender my plans, my fears, and my dreams into Your care. I am safe in Your hands. Let these statements resonate deeply with your soul, affirming both your faith and your commitment to rest in God's sovereignty. Consider the spiritual benefits of this release. By entrusting your life to God, you cultivate humility, patience, and a deeper intimacy with Him. You allow His peace to flow through you, bringing clarity and focus that your own efforts alone cannot achieve. You open yourself to guidance, inspiration, and the gentle nudges of the Holy Spirit that lead you along paths of righteousness. Your faith is strengthened each time you choose to release control, reinforcing the truth that God is ever present, ever loving, and always faithful. Physically, letting go of control encourages relaxation, which prepares your body for restorative sleep. Tension held in the mind often manifests in the shoulders, neck, or chest, and can interfere with rest. By visualizing God's hands holding your burdens, you allow your nervous system to shift into a state of calm. Your muscles soften, your heartbeat steadies, and your breath flows smoothly, bringing a sense of tranquility that invites deep, healing rest. As you continue to rest in God's presence, consider that surrender does not mean passivity. It means active faith, a conscious decision to trust, obey, and cooperate with His plans. You are participating in His work not through control, but through trust, love, and alignment with His will. Tonight, let this understanding deepen your sense of spiritual partnership with God. Feel the comfort in knowing that your life is guided, protected, and blessed, even as you sleep. Allow the imagery of God's sovereignty to fill your mind. A loving Father, calmly orchestrating every detail of your life, aware of your joys, challenges, and dreams. His wisdom knows the right timing for every event. His love ensures that no step is wasted, no tear unnoticed, and no effort unrewarded. Your surrender tonight is an act of faith that honors this divine orchestration. End this moment with a simple prayer. Lord, I release my need to control. I trust Your plan, Your timing, and Your love. Help me rest in Your hands tonight, confident that you are guiding every detail for my good and your glory. As you drift closer to sleep, carry with you the serenity that comes from true surrender. Feel your body, mind, and spirit aligned with God's perfect plan. Let your thoughts grow quiet as His presence fills you completely. Know that the peace and freedom you feel now is a direct result of choosing to trust Him fully, giving up the need to control, and resting in His divine wisdom and care. Tonight, embrace the release of control as a gift to yourself and an offering of faith to God. Let this trust settle over you like a gentle blanket, bringing warmth, comfort, and the assurance that your life is securely held by the one who loves you beyond measure. Experiencing God's miracles tonight. Believe that God is already moving in ways you cannot yet see, preparing miracles in your life. As the night enfolds you in quiet stillness, take a deep, steady breath and feel the gentle presence of God surrounding you. Let the reality sink in. God is working, even when your eyes cannot perceive it, even when your heart wonders if He is at work at all. Matthew 19:26 reminds us, with God all things are possible. Tonight, rest in that truth. Allow it to ignite hope in your heart and calm any unrest in your mind. Even when circumstances seem stagnant or challenges loom large, God is orchestrating blessings and opening doors in ways you cannot yet imagine. Picture this. Your life is like a vast, intricate tapestry, each thread representing your experiences, prayers, and dreams. Some threads appear tangled or dark, yet God's hands weave them together with perfect wisdom, creating a masterpiece of your journey. Your miracle may not be immediately visible, but it is in motion, subtle, unseen, divinely timed. Let this vision sink into your soul as you breathe in slowly, exhaling doubts and fears with each breath. Tonight, give yourself permission to imagine the miracles God is preparing. Visualize doors gently opening, opportunities flowing, and hearts, including your own, being touched and renewed. Consider the ways in which these blessings could manifest: a restored relationship, a breakthrough at work, emotional healing, a financial provision, or an answer to a persistent prayer. Let your mind wander freely through the possibilities, fully trusting that God's timing is perfect and His ways are higher than yours. Faith requires patience, yet it is strengthened in moments of waiting. Embrace this quiet night as a sacred space for your trust to deepen. Even as you rest, know that God is not idle. He is moving mountains, orchestrating circumstances, and preparing miracles tailored uniquely to you. Imagine this truth like sunlight piercing through clouds, unseen but undeniable, illuminating your soul with reassurance. Repeating these affirmations helps anchor your faith. I believe, I trust, I receive. Let each statement resonate deeply, affirming your openness to God's miraculous work. Reflect on moments in your past where God acted in ways you never expected. Perhaps a problem resolved at the perfect time, guidance appeared just when you needed it, or help came from unexpected sources. These memories are living proof that God's timing is flawless, and tonight, He is preparing similar moments of grace and breakthrough in your life. Acknowledge these past miracles quietly in your heart, allowing them to strengthen your belief in tonight's unseen blessings. As you focus on God's work behind the scenes, release all anxiety about the timing or form of His miracles. Surrender your desire for control and certainty, knowing that divine preparation often requires patience. Trust that every step in your life is meaningful, every delay intentional, and every unseen moment necessary to perfect the outcome God has in mind. Feel the relief and peace that comes from handing over the timing and details to Him, allowing your heart to rest fully in His hands. Tonight, imagine walking through a garden of blessings that God is cultivating for you. Each flower, each light, each path represents a miracle already set in motion. As you stroll through this garden in your mind, sense the joy, peace, and gratitude that accompany each blessing. Visualize yourself touching them, walking among them, and feeling their gentle presence. This mental exercise strengthens your spiritual anticipation and aligns your heart with the energy of receiving God's goodness. Remember that miracles do not always arrive as dramatic, immediate events. Sometimes they unfold quietly, gradually, and subtly, but their impact is no less profound. Trust in the unseen workings of God's plan. Tonight, surrender your need for immediate results. Instead, focus on nurturing faith, cultivating hope, and welcoming the blessings that God is carefully preparing in your life. Let each breath deepen your trust, knowing that His miracles are already at work. Repeat again, softly but with conviction. I believe. I trust. I receive. Each repetition reinforces your spiritual alignment with God's power and love. Feel the certainty building in your chest, the warmth spreading through your body, and the calm settling in your mind. Your faith is a vessel, and tonight, you are opening it wide to receive all that God has for you. As you continue this prayerful visualization, imagine a golden light emanating from God's presence, touching every area of your life. This light dissolves fear, doubt, and limitation. It illuminates paths that were hidden, clears obstacles that seemed insurmountable, and fills your spirit with confidence that God's plans for you are good, pleasing, and perfect. Your miracle may be a whisper, a shift in your heart, or a tangible blessing, but rest assured, it is happening right now. Take a few moments to meditate on Matthew 19:26 again. With God, all things are possible. Let the words echo in your mind like a gentle song, reinforcing hope and trust. Consider writing them silently in your heart, each repetition strengthening your faith, each thought opening the door wider for God's blessings to enter. The power of belief combined with surrender allows miracles to flow into your life with grace and ease. Tonight, as you prepare to drift into sleep, allow your mind to be a canvas of divine possibility. Picture God carefully sketching the lines of your miracles, painting blessings you cannot yet perceive. Feel your heart rise in gratitude for the miracles already present and those on the way. This exercise builds anticipation, anchors hope, and invites your spirit to experience the certainty of God's providential care. End this meditation with a soft prayer. Lord, I believe in your power. I trust your timing. I receive the miracles you are preparing for my life. Help me to rest tonight in faith and expectation, confident that your blessings are unfolding even as I sleep. Carry this trust with you as you lie in stillness, feeling the peace that comes from knowing that God's miracles are already in motion. Each heartbeat reminds you that you are not alone, that your prayers are heard, and that divine provision surrounds you even in the unseen moments. Tonight, your faith meets God's power, and the possibilities are endless. Prayer for personal growth and healing. Let God heal every wound, renew your spirit, and guide your heart into wholeness tonight. As the stillness of night surrounds you, take a deep, slow breath and allow yourself to sink into a space of divine care. Imagine God's gentle presence beside you, ready to restore, renew, and guide you toward wholeness. Psalm 147:3 reminds us, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Let these words echo softly in your mind, carrying reassurance and hope. Tonight is a sacred time to release all burdens and invite God to mend every place of pain within your heart, mind, and spirit. Begin by quietly reflecting on the areas in your life where you feel broken, wounded, or weary. Perhaps it's an old hurt from your past, ongoing stress, or emotional fatigue from daily struggles. Gently name these areas in your heart, acknowledging them without judgment. Surrender them to God, trusting that He sees every wound, every hidden pain, and every part of your journey that longs for healing. Feel His loving presence surrounding these areas, like a warm, tender light, softly repairing and restoring. Visualize God's restorative power as a gentle stream flowing through your life. Imagine it washing over each area of hurt, cleansing the shadows and filling spaces of emptiness with light. This water of healing renews your mind, refreshes your spirit, and restores your heart to wholeness. As you breathe in, draw in God's love and grace. As you breathe out, release fear, doubt, and lingering pain. With each breath, let the light of God's healing penetrate deeper into your soul, bringing peace, restoration, and calm. Reflect on the areas in which you desire growth. Perhaps it is patience, wisdom, forgiveness, or compassion. Invite God to nurture these qualities within you. Picture your spirit growing stronger, your heart expanding with understanding, and your mind aligning with divine wisdom. Each moment of reflection deepens your connection to God, reminding you that personal growth is not hurried. It unfolds naturally in the fertile soil of faith, prayer, and surrender. Affirm to yourself, Lord, I invite your healing. I open my heart to your guidance. I allow you to restore every broken place and transform my life. Repeat these affirmations softly, letting each phrase sink into your spirit. Feel the gentle shift within you as God's presence begins to renew your inner strength, filling your being with courage and hope. Your faith, even in moments of struggle, is a powerful instrument of transformation. Tonight, consider specific wounds you may carry, relationships that have been strained, disappointments that linger, moments of regret, or fears that weigh on your heart. Offer each one to God. Visualize Him holding each pain tenderly, binding it with His love and wisdom. Know that healing does not always happen instantly, but God's touch is constant, steady, and transformative. Even in stillness, His work continues, quietly restoring what is broken. As you lie in this quiet, sacred space, imagine your heart being cradled by God's hands. Feel His warmth spreading through every corner of your soul. His restorative power is like sunlight breaking through clouds, illuminating your spirit and offering hope where despair once dwelled. With each gentle breath, experience His love and peace infusing your being, mending wounds, and creating space for growth and renewal. Reflect on areas of growth that God is nurturing in you. Perhaps it is the courage to forgive, the patience to wait, or the humility to learn from life's challenges. Picture yourself stepping into these qualities with grace, guided by God's wisdom. Affirm, I am being renewed. I am growing in faith. I am healed in your presence, Lord. Allow these affirmations to echo through your mind, reinforcing trust in God's ability to transform your life. Remember that God's healing extends to every level of your being, physical, emotional, and spiritual. If your body feels tired or tense, invite God's restorative power to relax muscles, ease tension, and bring a sense of peace. If your mind is cluttered with worries or regrets, visualize God clearing away the fog, leaving clarity and calm. If your spirit feels weak or disconnected, open yourself fully to His presence, allowing His love to restore vitality, hope, and purpose. Tonight, you are not alone in this journey. God walks with you, tenderly attending to every hurt, every doubt, and every longing in your heart. Picture Him gently binding your wounds, sewing threads of love and grace into your life. Trust that His healing is sufficient, His timing perfect, and His love unconditional. Even the tiniest spark of faith you offer tonight is enough to invite His transformative power. Take a moment to meditate on Psalm 147:3 again. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Let these words settle deeply in your heart, echoing through your thoughts, reinforcing hope and cultivating trust in God's tender care. Each repetition invites greater peace, emotional release, and spiritual intimacy. As you continue to rest in God's presence, imagine a gentle light expanding from your heart outward, touching every part of your being and radiating to those around you. This light represents the healing and growth God is fostering within you. Allow it to dissolve fear, resentment, and self-doubt. Let it illuminate paths toward forgiveness, understanding, and renewed purpose. Feel the freedom and joy that comes from entrusting your personal growth and healing fully to God. Finally, offer a silent prayer for ongoing transformation. Lord, thank you for seeing me completely, for healing every wound, and for guiding my heart into wholeness. Continue your work in me, renewing my spirit and shaping me into the person you created me to be. May I wake tomorrow refreshed, strengthened, and filled with your love. Carry this prayer with you as you settle deeper into sleep. Let God's restorative presence linger in your mind, body, and spirit. Feel your heart becoming lighter, your mind calmer, and your soul renewed. Trust that as you rest, God continues to work in and through you, bringing growth, healing, and lasting peace. Tonight, surrender fully, knowing that divine transformation is already underway. Confidence in God's protection. Rest assured tonight, for God's angels are encamped around you, guarding every corner of your life. As darkness gently falls and the world quiets, take a slow, deep breath and allow the truth of God's protection to settle over your heart. Psalm 34:7 tells us, "The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them." Let these words sink in, reassuring you that God's presence is real, active, and vigilant. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, invite the certainty of his protection into every space of your life, your home, your loved ones, your heart, and your mind. Begin by quietly reflecting on areas where you may feel vulnerable, physical spaces, relationships, or moments of worry and fear. Bring these to God with trust, acknowledging that even in unseen moments, his angels are present, surrounding you with divine care. Visualize radiant light forming a protective shield around you and your loved ones, strong, impenetrable, and guided by God's unwavering love. This light represents the guardianship of the Lord, keeping every shadow at bay and enveloping you in peace. Allow your mind to focus on the idea that protection from God is both spiritual and practical. Imagine angels positioned at every threshold, watching over your home, every door, window, and hallway. See them standing beside your family, whispering comfort and safety over each member. Feel a sense of calm wash over you as the knowledge of God's encampment removes anxiety and worry. Your home, your heart, and your dreams are safe under his watchful eyes. As you breathe deeply, affirm aloud or in your heart, "I am protected. I am safe. God's angels guard my life." Repeat these statements softly, letting each word reinforce your confidence in divine security. Trust that God's protection is constant, not limited by circumstances, time, or distance. Whether you are awake or asleep, whether near or far, his guardianship is unwavering. Feel the peace that comes from surrendering your fears into his capable hands. Reflect on the spiritual safety God offers. Protection is not only from physical harm but also from emotional and spiritual challenges. Visualize a shield of light surrounding your mind and heart, keeping out fear, doubt, and negativity. Imagine God's angels gently removing any harmful thoughts or spiritual burdens that seek to disturb your peace. Sense your heart growing lighter as faith and trust replace worry, creating a calm inner sanctuary in which you can rest fully tonight. Consider the presence of angels not only as watchers but as messengers of God's love. Each angel carries a whisper of his care, reminders of his promises, and guidance to keep you aligned with his will. Imagine these messages entering your mind and heart, filling you with courage, clarity, and reassurance. With each breath, feel closer to God, knowing that his divine protection is active and personal. You are never alone. His angels are always near, watching, guiding, and guarding. Now, turn your attention to your family, friends, and those you love deeply. Imagine God's angels encamping around each one, surrounding them with the same radiant, protective light. Picture them safe, secure, and blessed through the night. This visualization not only fosters care for others but also reinforces your own sense of protection, knowing God's encampment extends to everyone you hold dear. Affirm, "God's angels guard my family and loved ones. We are all safe in his presence." Let this confidence and protection permeate every aspect of your being. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, imagine a golden light of security descending, wrapping you in safety. Allow yourself to release any lingering fears about the future, trusting that God's protective power is greater than any challenge or threat. Even the uncertainties of life and hidden dangers are known to him, and he has already stationed his angels to guide, shield, and defend you. In moments of worry or restlessness, return to Psalm 34:7. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Repeat this verse silently, letting the rhythm and meaning sink deep into your heart. Picture your fear dissolving into faith, your tension transforming into serenity. Each repetition strengthens your spiritual confidence, cultivating a sense of deep, abiding peace that flows naturally into restful sleep. As your body and mind relax further, visualize your home as a fortress of divine light. Every room, every doorway, every corner is bathed in protective energy. Imagine angels stationed at each entry point, gently turning away harm and darkness. Extend this vision outward to your neighborhood, your city, and the world, imagining God's protection reaching all who call upon him. Feel gratitude for this shield of care, knowing you are encompassed by his presence. Affirm again in your heart, I trust in God's protection. I rest safely in his care. His angels guard me and my loved ones through the night. Let these words repeat naturally with your breathing, creating a meditative rhythm that nurtures inner calm. With every exhale, release doubt and fear. With every inhale, receive God's assurance and peace. Finally, prepare your spirit to drift gently into sleep. Trust that as you rest, God's angels continue their watch, steadfast and vigilant. You can surrender fully, knowing that your safety, your peace, and your well-being are under divine protection. Carry this confidence into your dreams, feeling secure, serene, and unshakable in the knowledge that God's presence surrounds you completely. Tonight, allow the assurance of Psalm 34:7 to anchor your heart. Picture the angel's presence, imagine the protective light, and repeat affirmations softly as you close your eyes. Rest in the comfort that comes from God's encampment and feel the gentle assurance of his constant care. This is the gift of divine protection, an unwavering presence that invites you to sleep deeply, wake refreshed, and live confidently in his love. Preparing for a blessed tomorrow. As you sleep, prepare your heart to wake in hope, ready to walk in God's favor tomorrow. Take a deep, slow breath and feel the gentle rhythm of your body relaxing into the quiet of the night. Tonight, we pause to reflect not only on the peace you carry now, but also on the blessings God is preparing for you in the coming day. Lamentations 3:22-3 reminds us, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Let these words sink deeply into your soul, affirming that God's grace is abundant, constant, and ever-renewing. Even as you rest, his mercies are at work, quietly weaving goodness, guidance, and favor into your life. As you lay here, begin by envisioning tomorrow. See it filled with opportunities to experience God's presence, to grow spiritually, and to encounter joy in ordinary moments. Picture your tasks, interactions, and decisions surrounded by light and divine favor. Allow yourself to imagine waking with clarity, courage, and confidence, knowing God is guiding each step. Your faith today shapes the blessings you will receive tomorrow, and by entrusting your heart to him tonight, you are opening the door for his work to manifest. Reflect on the ways God has already shown his faithfulness in your life, perhaps through answered prayers, moments of comfort during hardship, or the simple gifts of love and care from those around you. Each experience is a reminder that God's favor is real and personal. As you visualize tomorrow, picture his hand gently leading you, aligning your plans with his will, and guiding your choices toward goodness and peace. Repeat softly, Lord, prepare me for your blessings. Let your favor guide my steps. Now, consider the unseen work of God that continues while you sleep. Just as the sun rises and brings light to the earth, his providence moves even when you are unaware. Trust that every prayer, every moment of surrender, and every act of faith contributes to the divine unfolding of your life. Visualize God's hand moving behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, opening doors, and bringing people and opportunities together for your good. Allow this vision to cultivate hope and excitement for tomorrow. Encourage your mind to release worry and anxiety about the future. Picture these concerns gently lifting from your shoulders and dissolving into God's care. As you do so, affirm, "I trust in God's timing. I am ready for His blessings tomorrow." Feel a lightness and freedom sweep through your spirit, creating space for restful sleep. By letting go of control and entrusting tomorrow to God, you are planting seeds of peace and divine preparation tonight. Focus now on gratitude for both today and the promise of tomorrow. Reflect on the blessings you have received and the ones still to come. Gratitude draws your heart closer to God and opens your spirit to receive His guidance. Visualize the morning light bringing renewed energy, clarity, and a sense of purpose. Picture yourself moving through the day with calm confidence, kindness, and the assurance of God's presence in every interaction. Let gratitude fill your heart as you affirm, "Thank you, Lord, for your mercy and guidance. I am ready to embrace your blessings." Incorporate reflective breathing into this practice. With each inhale, imagine drawing in God's favor, His protection, and His peace. With each exhale, release doubt, fear, and any lingering tension. Let your body become a vessel of calm receptivity, ready to receive all that God has prepared for you. Feel your heart, mind, and spirit aligning with His will as you surrender fully to His divine orchestration. Now, consider the visualization of success and spiritual readiness. Picture yourself walking through tomorrow with confidence and hope. See opportunities presenting themselves, challenges transforming into growth, and interactions imbued with God's grace. As you imagine this, let your heart expand in trust, knowing that God is already preparing the perfect path for you. Repeat softly, "I trust God's plan. I am ready to receive His favor." Invite reflection on how God has worked in your life recently. Perhaps He answered a prayer in a surprising way, provided comfort during difficulty, or revealed guidance in a quiet moment. Take a mental inventory of these blessings and allow the recognition of His faithfulness to strengthen your confidence and peace. Trust that just as He has worked before, He continues to work now, unseen but powerful, bringing blessings that will greet you tomorrow. As you drift deeper into calm, picture yourself waking in the morning with renewed strength, clarity, and joy. See God's favor surrounding you, guiding your decisions, and protecting your heart. Imagine walking through your day with assurance that you are held, guided, and empowered by His love. This mental rehearsal of divine blessings helps cultivate faith, readiness, and spiritual confidence. Affirm, "Lord, let tomorrow be filled with your mercy, guidance, and favor. I am prepared to receive your blessings." Finally, let us include a gentle call to action. As you rest, consider sharing your reflections and experiences of God's guidance in the comments below. Invite others into this prayer by sharing the video with friends and family, extending the peace and hope you are cultivating tonight. Remember that even the smallest act of sharing God's word or testimony can become a channel for His blessings to reach others. Encourage community and spiritual connection as an extension of your nightly prayer practice. End this part with a moment of quiet affirmation and meditation. Imagine your body, mind, and spirit fully surrendered to God's care. Feel the comfort and assurance of His ongoing work, even while you sleep. Repeat softly, "I trust you, Lord. I rest in your mercy. I am ready for tomorrow's blessings." Allow these words to echo in your heart as you drift toward restful, restorative sleep, confident that God is actively preparing your path for the day ahead. Tonight, rest with peace, hope, and expectation. Let the knowledge of God's mercies, new every morning, settle into your spirit. Through this reflection, visualization, and affirmation, you are prepared for a blessed tomorrow. May your sleep be deep, your heart calm, and your spirit aligned with His divine plan. If you want God to bless you, connect with God, and want to pray with us daily, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and write blessing amen in the comment section below to show your trust. He will bless us. Resting in God's eternal peace. Now, slowly close your eyes and rest fully in God's everlasting peace. He is here, and He will never leave you. As the night deepens and the world around you quiets, take a slow, intentional breath. Feel your body sinking into comfort, your muscles releasing the tensions of the day. Tonight, allow yourself to fully enter the sacred space of God's presence. This is your time to pause, to surrender, and to embrace the calm that only comes from resting in Him. Psalm 4-8 reminds us, "I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." Let these words echo gently in your heart, affirming that His protection surrounds you and that you are safe in His care. Begin by bringing your awareness inward, noticing any lingering thoughts, worries, or tensions. One by one, release them into God's hands. Picture them dissolving like mist, leaving only space for peace, rest, and divine presence. Affirm silently, "Lord, I give you all my cares. I surrender fully to your love." With each exhale, let go a little more. With each inhale, draw in God's calming presence. Allow your mind to rest in the knowledge that nothing is too small or too large for Him to hold. As you settle, invite God's love to flow through every part of your being. Feel it warming your heart, enveloping your mind, and soothing your spirit. His love is constant, unchanging, and sufficient for every need. Imagine a gentle, golden light surrounding you, radiating warmth and protection, filling every corner of your soul with serenity. This is a light that watches over you, guards you through the night, and restores you while you sleep. Repeat softly, "I am loved. I am safe. I am held by God." Now, focus on your body, letting each part relax in turn. Start with your head and face. Soften your forehead. Unclench your jaw, relax your eyes. Move to your shoulders, allowing them to drop, releasing tension from your chest and back. Continue down through your arms, hands, and fingers. Breathe into your abdomen, letting your stomach rise and fall gently. Finally, feel your legs, feet, and toes melting into calm. With your body fully surrendered, your spirit follows, opening completely to God's rest. Consider the gift of spiritual renewal that accompanies peaceful sleep. As you rest tonight, God works quietly in your heart and mind, strengthening your faith, healing your wounds, and preparing you for tomorrow's challenges and blessings. Every deep breath you take draws in His peace, and every exhale releases stress and anxiety. Let your awareness linger in this divine rhythm. Whisper gently, "Lord, renew me tonight. Restore my soul and prepare me for your plan." Reflect on the constancy of God's presence. He has walked with you through every day, every struggle, and every joy. His watchful care does not end when your eyes close. Rather, it continues, sustaining you through the night. Imagine His gentle hands holding you, His protective angels standing guard, and His Spirit breathing calm into every corner of your being. Allow this imagery to deepen your trust and reinforce your sense of safety. Bring your attention to your mind, letting go of any racing thoughts. Picture your thoughts like leaves floating on a gentle stream, each one drifting away, carried by God's love. If your mind begins to wander, gently guide it back to the comforting presence of God. Use affirmations to anchor your trust. "I rest in you, Lord. I am safe. I am peaceful. Your love surrounds me." Let these words become a lullaby for your soul, a reminder of His eternal care. Encourage complete surrender of your spirit. Offer every hope, every dream, every concern to God, trusting Him to carry them with perfect wisdom. Surrender is not passive, it is active faith, a conscious choice to trust in His timing, His provision, and His protection. Whisper, "Lord, I surrender all to you. I trust your plan. I rest in your hands." Feel the weight of worry lift from your shoulders as you fully embrace this act of faith. As you lie in this state of calm, consider the blessings that come from nightly prayer and meditation. Listening to this prayer every night cultivates peace, aligns your spirit with God's will, and strengthens your trust. Repeated practice deepens your connection with Him, allowing His presence to become a comforting constant in your life. Make a gentle commitment to return here each evening, letting these moments of surrender and intimacy shape your soul. Now, imagine the night stretching peacefully before you. Each hour is held in God's care. Every breath you take is infused with calm and renewal. Visualize angels encamped around you, creating a protective shield of light and love. See the darkness of night transformed into a sanctuary of safety and rest. Feel the gentle flow of God's peace moving through you, washing away any lingering fears or anxieties. Whisper, "I rest in your peace, Lord. I am safe, I am loved, I am renewed." Take a few more deep breaths, fully absorbing this sacred sense of calm. With each inhale, feel God's presence filling you. With each exhale, release anything that does not belong. Let the rhythm of your breathing remind you that He is in control and that you are fully held by His love. Your body, mind, and spirit are now prepared for deep, restorative sleep. As the prayer draws to a close, know that you are not alone. God is with you, every moment, every night. His love never falters, His protection never wavers, and His peace is eternal. Let this truth settle into your heart as you drift toward sleep. Repeat softly, "Lord, I trust you completely. I rest in your everlasting peace." Finally, carry with you the intention to return to this prayer each night. Let it become a ritual that brings calm, trust, and divine connection. Encourage your heart to recognize the blessings of nightly surrender and the spiritual renewal that follows. Close your eyes fully now, breathing in God's peace, and let yourself rest in His eternal love. Good night, dear soul. Sleep safely, peacefully, and in the assurance that God's love and protection surround you now and always.